Hey, that's a Soda Pop from Soda Hughes. You are watching the Malak channel, and today we are taking a look at the comic book from none other than the breathtaking Keanu Reeves, Matt Kindt, Ron Garney, and Bill Crabtree. This is Berzerker. On the book, it claims that it was the highest grossing Kickstarter comic book. I have mixed feelings about that. In a way, people like this using Kickstarter definitely validates the site and the program, and it's something I use, but at the same time it's like, man, they must have made a lot of money, and did Keanu Reeves really need to use Kickstarter? I don't know, but you know, all in all, I'm kind of glad this thing exists. It's pretty cool. It's funny, when I was reading this, I'm pretty sure the main character is just Keanu Reeves, which was kind of an interesting choice, especially with them. Like, I wonder how much he did. Like, I'm gonna have to try and look up some videos, especially before I get Volume 2 whenever that comes out, because I'm curious how much he was involved, because I don't know, it just seems kind of funny to like have you be the main character of a comic you're writing, but you know, you do you. But yeah, I was unintentionally reading all of his lines in Keanu Reeves' voice, which I did not intentionally do. It just kind of happened, knowing that it was Keanu Reeves and it just looking like a super jacked Keanu Reeves. Yeah, the color work and the ink work is awesome. You know, it's good stuff. I love the kind of suggestive way that they depict kind of the shadow shapes created by fabrics and stuff. You know, color palettes are really cool. It is a pretty gory comic. I mean, it's called Berzerker, and he's super violent. One of the things that's kind of like funny to me though is that like the Berzerker character just chooses to like fight with just their hands. I mean, yeah, they're immortal. This is a really cool panel. I can tell they had fun with that one. And yeah, he also eats people, I guess. Gets a little weird when he goes insane. And I guess, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like the whole Wolverine Superman thing where he's regenerative. He can fight in different wars. It's kind of interesting in that way. I guess maybe one thing that makes his character interesting is that, you know, he wants mortality, but he says he doesn't want to die. I think it would be interesting if he did want to die, like not just wanting mortality, but genuinely wanted to die. I don't know. I'm not sure where exactly they're going to take the story. I'm hoping somewhere good. This one's kind of the origin story. And they have these kind of cool section panels where they kind of take the ink work and turn it red on black. This would make such a cool t-shirt. I love these. The ink work is nice. Yeah, this would be a great pump cover. But yeah, I guess he came from... So he had a family, sort of. There's his mom. She and her husband, I guess, were kind of in a really fertile valley. And so, like, they were always attacked by, like, the other kind of cave tribes. So they're like, oh, we need to pray to the gods. And as Metallica would say, I guess she rides the lightning. And yeah, they have a miracle baby who is immortal and is also insatiably violent sometimes. And so they go on this like giant war quest to like conquer all of the surrounding tribes. And he becomes super violent, but he also doesn't really enjoy it. Like, he feels like he's going nuts. So his mom also prays for a way to undo it, which the husband is really mad about because they're having a ton of success. Yeah, even back then he was using axes. So I don't know. I feel like it's kind of weird that the B character in modern times is just like, yeah, I'm just going to beat everything up with my hands. But, you know, I guess it's unique. It's interesting. Makes it for more visceral scenes than just guns. I don't know. And it would be kind of cartoonish if he had an axe, right? I don't know. But yeah. the husband basically keeps saying like, oh, you know, one last fight, one last fight. And the reason we're getting this origin story, because I guess the military, the U.S. military is like doing tests and using the main character B. And be forewarned, a little bit of spoilers. I mean, this is all exposition, but if you wanted to experience for the first time, you know, maybe you shouldn't be going so deep into this video. His family is eventually trapped. You know, they do an ambush, and his family is kind of killed. He abandons them and is just really upset about it all. And he's like torn apart by that other faction, but he regenerates and he realizes he's immortal. Because like the psychologist or whatever it seems is trying to unlock his memories. Because in those memories is, you know, the fact that his mom came up with that thing that might be able to take away his immortality. But they've got to figure out where he's from and such. But we leave kind of on a cliffhanger when the therapist or psychologist or whatever, the doctor comes to his house and is like, oh, I need to talk to you about the truth. You know, it won't have anything to do with the military. I just want to come forward. And then it says to be continued. Kind of a fun start. It's a really well-made comic, and I like the weight of the pages. I like the texture of the cover. It's not quite full gloss. I like the typography. The colors, the inking, it's awesome. Unfortunately, with the story, I'm not fully hooked. I'm probably going to try and find volume 2 whenever it comes out. And it is an interesting phenomenon being such a successful book on Kickstarter and having the involvement of Keanu Reeves. But at the same time, you know, the character isn't all that relatable or interesting to me yet. And the story isn't as interesting because, you know, there was some good action, but there's a lot of that caveman stuff. And it's more of a personal thing. The whole caveman thing, for the most part, does not interest me at all. You know, Far Cry Primal or whatever, stuff like that. It just doesn't speak to me. So it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. They do have some really cool alternate and variant covers. Just, you know, with this amount of resources, they were able to do some really cool stuff. And that's the thing. It's like, oh man, I wish, you know, some of the artists I loved, I could get them to do this and stuff. And kind of jealous of Keanu Reeves. But you know what? Like, I'm glad that of all the things that they are doing, a comic is one of them. So glad it happened. But yeah, you can't tell me that's just not. That's just Keanu Reeves. Yeah. In-Hyuk Lee. I think In-Hyuk Lee might even be a member of Superani, because I do recognize the name. But yeah, pretty well designed. Unfortunately, just story doesn't really speak to me all that much, but it is a gorgeous book, and it's well made. So I'm going to give this one a rank A. And yeah, if you are a Keanu Reeves fan, or you're really into caveman or ultra-violent graphic novels and comics, this one could easily be the one for you. I'm interested to see where they take the story and where the other volumes go, and see, you know, the future variant covers and stuff they can get done with all this money. Thank you so much for watching the video. I do not have the resources of Keanu Reeves, so if you want to help me out, be sure to like and subscribe, and also check the links in the description. Helping out through my Patreon is such a huge support. Anyone who does that, I'm so grateful for. There's some benefits there, like getting your name in the credits, or even choose what video is uploaded next. You can also see if there's any affiliate links in my description, and also other ways to support. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again. Take care.
You're such a